Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through this video. I know I'm late to the video, but I don't even care because I got to see my favorite comedian tonight for my birthday. So, I would much rather do that than be at home waiting for Leticia to upload a video. I'm sure most of y'all have already seen it. I have not seen it yet. I did see how long it was, so that's why I'm like, I'll try to get through it, but there might be like a part two because it's already past my bedtime. I just got home not that long ago, and I'm very glad I was able to go out. Out to see my comedian, Angela Johnson. Okay, I made a post. I don't know if y'all have seen it. I really need y'all to chill the hell out, okay? There's one in particular. I'm not Artista, the Archer. You need to chill out, bro. Like, either be good and knock it off, or leave. I keep giving you like second chances, but I mean, I was gone for a few hours and I saw a notification, and you were commenting back and forth with a couple of my people, and actually those are one of the top ones that I really do enjoy having on my channel. So you really need to watch how you're talking to people. And regardless, whether it's me, whether it's someone who's been on my channel, who's active on my channel, or someone brand new to my channel, I'm not gonna have that. I'm thinking about my subscribers too. This is our community where we can not have to deal with douchebags. So obviously, I mean, I'm seeing a very constant, like, a common denominator, and then it's you. I don't know if I don't want to call anyone out, but I saw you commenting with, and thank you. I think there was two of y'all. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Thank you for speaking up and saying something to her. It's now y'all know what I was talking about. But just, I think it bothered me more seeing the way that someone was talking to my subscribers. Bothered me more than whenever I was talked to like that. Like, that's what you ain't gonna do, okay? I'm not gonna have people not come to my channel or sitting there arguing with the idiot because you're just fucking ignorant as hell. Yeah, so I haven't been on my computer, or I haven't been on my phone because I went out to eat. I was surprised with a few more people going. Went to enjoy, the show. And whenever I did look at my phone, I saw one notification with the troll and someone who I really enjoyed. Very sweet. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, no. And then whenever I just got home, I saw something, and I was like, oh, hell no. She gonna hand you your own ass. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna have to block you because you don't seem like you're the type to get along. I feel like you enjoy being an idiot. And I'm really not trying to be rude. I'm just, it's crazy. Like, I let you comment. I keep your comments up. I haven't blocked you. And then you still want to come back talking to people the way you do. So if you do get blocked, you know why. Okay. Leticia finally posted. It said 4 hours ago. I don't know. I don't feel like refreshing it. I guess I could refresh it.
A monster was attacking,
Oh
but the team remained calm.
That's so loud. I don't know. I guess it was. It says June 24th, 2022. That's today. A ranting recap of my events last week that nearly too scattered and poignant to discuss without tottering from one traumatic topic to the next. Leticia Collins Sermon. And the moment we've all been waiting for. My head hurts so bad. I hope it's all showing. It's so loud. I don't know if it's because my head hurts, so I'm tired.
Ones that'll be love at first sight.
Whoa.
Today is June 24th, 2022. I am sorry, let me readjust this. I'm sitting outside of my mother's house.
Oh, okay. So were we right? Did she just end up going to her mom's because it was so bad? Bro, she looks like a mess. I'm not going to be able to get through all this because I'm going to have to commentate. This is going to take forever. Dang, man. I wanted to get this up tonight.
I just want to kill myself so fucking bad. People
Okay,
are so
yeah, perfect way to start your video. Good Lord Almighty, I really hope they are watching her. I knew it wasn't gonna take long. I had a feeling her being arrested would make her worse. Like, yeah, we're not even 30 seconds in and she's already threatening. Fucking idiots.
fucking crazy. You know? So fucking crazy. I've had the wildest time since I posted last. And I tried to make videos here and there. I was arrested last week and I have the video of it, but I have to clip out where it shows one tiny portion of my nipple because
Oh.
heaven forbid that's on YouTube, yet it's all over the fucking TVs and shit, right?
Okay, sorry, but why was her nipple showing while she was getting arrested? What was going on? That was kind of weird.
So I got arrested while I was in the shower of a location that I had. It was like my first encounter there, the first time I'd ever.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Really? Do they do that? You would think they would wait till she got out. I mean, unless they thought, like... I mean, they could say, well, you never know. She's a danger. But at the same time, they let her go on a bond. That's kind of weird if they actually arrested her in the shower. You would think they would just wait till she got dressed. Man, hell no. Bump that, man. I've seen... They go to people's house and break their freaking door down. And they usually let them put something on.
I'd ever gone. Hot Springs Health and Fitness and whatever. Hot Springs Health and Fitness, some shit like that. They didn't even offer many amenities for people with silver sneakers. So I wasn't going to use the facility after anyway. But the officer was like, they revoked your membership and, you can't come here anymore. And I was like I wanted to, like it doesn't, all you were able to access were the basketball and racquetball areas, in just the lockers. That's it. So there really wasn't anything that I was concerned about. I was right out, I was going out of town at that point. But of course, they have to catch you when you're supposedly at your weakest, right?
No.
And actually, the video is kind of hilarious of the arrest because I videoed them after just a couple of seconds after they had come into the shower area. Bang, bang, bang. Hot Springs PD. Leticia Collins. I'm like, what? I'm in the shower. Leave me the fuck alone. Like you're gonna get a 30-week, well, I'm 30 weeks now, today. 30-week pregnant, 29 weeks last week. Because I spent a fucking week in jail and I lost 3 pounds. And it's actually documented. So, they forced me to lose 3 pounds on this baby. I went from 175.8 at the Hot Springs, it was Garland County correctional facility. And then I went to 172 yesterday. No, it was the day prior. So that would have been June, let me see. It is the 20, so approximately the 22nd. And they weren't even going to check my weight. Here I am, a pregnant woman. I understand. Maybe they understood I probably wasn't going to be in there for very long because everybody was situating my release because nobody wants to see an innocent pregnant girl in there. Like, I was asleep when the fucking shit went in. I was not informed of it. I was not there to openly...
Oh my gosh, she's seriously talking about this shit.
Where, like, it say no or yes. So, the fact of it is that, and I don't give a shit that I disclose my location, mind you. I just look around. You think I fear death? No. I seek it. Why do you think I'm doing this? Why do you think I'm exposing this? Because at a certain point, I just became crazy. Like, super crazy. Like, to the point where it's like, yeah, I just don't give a fuck. What is this reality? What are you trying to say? Like, owning things, taking them away from me. They're just material things. Even children and stuff. Like, they're my blood relations, yeah. But why would I care? If you want to rip them away so badly, if I'm that bad of a fucking mom, right? Because I breastfed, and I taught my baby sign language in Oregon.
Okay, just because you breastfed does not make you a good mom. I mean, let's talk about the things that you did to your daughter. Let's talk about the things you've done to your son, that you said you're going to do to your son.
Organic diet. I eat well with this baby. I actually exercise with this baby. I take my prenatals and shit.
I was eating because I was stressed out.
Like, does she seriously think that that's what a good mom is?
8 pounds before I went on noon.
Okay. Yet you let some fucking crack whore with no teeth and some fucking nasty breath and whatever pop out 20 kids. Right. And let her have them and raise them so they can be part of whatever flawed systems you have so you can make your money. I don't get it. I don't get it. I told my mother again in the car when she was picking me up yesterday when I was released. Spent over $100 in gas. I shouldn't have to have any of this. I shouldn't have to have any of these worries. I shouldn't have to be forced.
You shouldn't have to. Okay, I was about to. First of all, you had to spend $100 in gas. Oh, boo, freaking who! I just had to spend $101 just filling my truck up. That's gonna last probably less than a week. Get the hell over it. And you shouldn't have to what? You shouldn't have to work, get a job, take care of your baby. You can't take care of yourself. Like, you won't even freaking get a job to get a house. You're content with living in your damn car. And you just expect the world is gonna just give you a house just because you're pregnant. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you thought you were gonna trap a man so you could have a man and a house. That's not how it works. And if you were a good mom, you wouldn't need a man. And you damn sure wouldn't be talking about the baby like you do.
Forced into my mother's home again to have to relive my childhood like this. But then it's happening. It's like one of those really sick, sad nightmares. Like, what the fuck? Like it wasn't bad enough in jail. Like it wasn't bad enough. All of it. Everything. I'm traumatized. I had a fucking panic attack while I was in booking over there in Benton County Correctional Facility. Because after so much of the fucking distortion and the fucking... It was deplorable. The conditions. They were so unhygienic, unsanitary. And they wanted me to touch the walls. And I was like, oh my God, you people are sick. There were smeared handprints and whatever from all these coke and crackheads. And you...
Girl, you was in jail, bitch. What the fuck? Where did you think you was going?
You want a pregnant woman to be rubbing her hands on that. I think that's unconstitutional of my rights to have a safe and secure place. And there was even a sign on the inside of the fucking, on the wall there where the women sit that says about respectful relationships, building respectful relationships, and you have the right to being respected and, whatever. And of course I offer respect prior to being disrespected, always. Same thing with like what happened with these instances with the men. Like, I was just being nice. I told Thomas, whatever the fuck he is, whatever monstrosity, I told him no numerous times. He kept me up till 5 in the morning, drunk as fuck, and I know damn well they've got all the proof of that shit. I still say that was rape for sure. I said no numerous times. Men don't see it as no. They think I'm just playing. They think I'm just being sweet because of my voice, my temperament. No, I'm not. I'm telling you no because I'm going to end up having a fucking detachment from this and shit. And then normally I just let people get away with stuff. But a lot of times I'm just like dead asleep, like the guy that used my hand to fucking jack off with, right?
Oh my gosh.
$1,200.
Yeah, perfect timing. The way she talks, it drives me absolutely crazy.
I get paid by Audible. If you don't...
That one time in the hotel, I told you in one of the videos. So I know people monitor me. I know that's how my mom ended up finding out. She found the videos. They said I was at Jason's house or some bullshit. And she was going on. And it started hurting, like down here. I was like, Mother, you believe this shit or whatever? Like at some point, and yada yada. And she cares about what you guys say for the toxic shit, the haters.
Dude, what?
Please, God in heaven, save us all. So, and people don't...
Okay, so we finally supposedly got the story, allegedly, from Leticia's mouth. Said that she got arrested at the gym while she was in the shower. So, this is why you gotta be really careful listening to people online. That's why so many times, like, if I'm talking, I say, like, I think, or I heard, allegedly, like, we don't know. There was a couple different stories, and none of them was this story. Which I believe. That's what I told him whenever I wrote him. Go to the gym. She's always going to the gym. I mean, talk to the people there. Supposedly this is the first time she's been at the gym, but I'm just glad they found her. But I'm just confused because I didn't know her mom lived that close. I thought she lived in a different state. So, definitely not in the same county. How was she able to go to her mom's if she's out on bail? I don't know. I've never been to jail or on bond, so I wouldn't know. Thank you, Jesus.
People don't really understand me until they get it on video of me having these panic attacks and such. Plenty of proof in the where I was, videoed in the jail, transported, everything. Garland County was not bad at all. They were very nice, but I refused to eat for the first 2 days.
I knew it.
Any of the water.
I freaking knew it. I knew she was going to not eat. I knew she was going to do that shit. I swear. She's so damn extra. And that's another thing. Like, see? No, you're not a good mom. If you was, you would eat. Not for yourself, but for your baby. So you, like, if I, for some reason, did not eat and I was pregnant, I wouldn't be like, oh no, I'm not eating. I would be like, my baby's not getting any food. I need to eat for my baby. Even talking about ending your own life, that's not being a good mom either. That's being really selfish. Because you should be thinking about your kids, your baby. Like, I just can't. I can't even name all the things that does not make her a good mom. It makes me so mad. She could be, but she needs a lot of help, and she doesn't think she needs help. She thinks she's just way too smart for all of us. We just don't understand her because we're too dumb.
Because I just don't trust it. None of it. And it's just all tainted. So I checked what they would give me, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, they actually have really good variety there over at Garland County, and I thought, man, why am I over here reviewing jails? What the fuck are you doing locking me up? I tried to brush and floss. No, I didn't even brush yet. Like, I used the little toothbrush maybe like 3 times because I hadn't eaten or anything for a few days. Finally, on the 3rd day, I felt like really, really sick and dizzy. I didn't feel good at all. I knew I was going to start having like strange panic attacks and seizure stuff. It was going to freak people out. And I was like, I don't really want that, you know, because people already have a bad enough image of why I detach, bad enough understanding. They don't know psychology and why, you know, yes, my dad would line us up. There was 5 of us kids and slap the shit out of us, and we would just stand there. And I would just have to detach as a child. Like, I love my dad. I called him the other day while I was staying with my mom last week, prior to getting locked up. I stayed with her for like 3 days. And then my brother came in, and I recorded this shit. And I swear to God, I'm going to post it on fucking line because he...
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to, like, do a couple of things at once. I think she just said she went to go stay with her mom a few days before she got locked up. This doesn't make any sense. I thought her mom lived in, like, Montana or something like that. How close do they live? How close is Hot Springs, Arkansas to Montana? One moment, please. I just don't understand how she's at her mom's house. I don't know why I thought she lived in Montana. But I just feel like I read that somewhere or I heard that somewhere. What the hell? It says 24 hours away. I don't know. Maybe we'll hear more.
Because he is out of control. Starts screaming at me. And it was like a 30-minute fucking rant of him just yelling and thinking he's getting whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I just sat there and recorded. I'm traumatized. My whole life has been this way. Like, and then we just have to take it. My father would go off the deep end, do shit, break shit, and all this and that. And I say all this and that. All the same shit. I hate my life. I hate everything about me, Leticia, Servant. I hate everything. I've always hated it. My entire existence.
During the course of a school year, there are many families that...
No, I just...
And with the schools being closed, many families are really feeling the...
I don't want to pull on fucking heartstrings like that and pity party me, woe is me. No. I've just fucking hated myself, but I get by because of the words of God. Because, you know, I went to Catholic school, so I had that hope that one day things would get better. But I have no faith in humanity. Why should I love anything? And that's not how I usually speak. But I'm pissed the fuck off right now. I went in there to go look for a couple of my vegan things. They were gone. So, my mother allows my brother to get away with this shit Just everyone in my family, fucking deranged, screaming and yelling at each other. I just want to record all of it so you understand. Everyone understands. I've grown up around trauma my whole fucking life. And when I remove myself by going homeless, that says a lot. Like, I would rather be fucking poor and fucking dead on the fucking streets, not doing drugs and shit, just fucking getting by.
What?
And that's why I went to these people's houses to try to fucking rest for a little while. But the moment I had a fucking bed, I would pass the fuck out. My mother, all these people, there are so many people that have actually met me if they just took the transcripts from Bumble and everything, the Bumble dating app, and they understood. I wasn't going to these people's houses to fuck them. I was going for a safe place, and that's what they promised me. I would just, put my best photos out there, try not to look like this. I hadn't brushed my hair in like 3.
Okay, sorry. So if you made it clear to them you were just going there for a safe place to sleep, why the hell would you want to send them pictures? And not only that, but good pictures where she supposedly looks good. It shouldn't matter. I would send the ugliest picture I have. Like, I'm unattractive. You don't want to do anything with me. I'm just looking for a place to sleep. Nothing like that. That's weird. That makes no sense. Yeah, I just need a place to sleep. But look at me all dolled up. Ain't I cute?
For no, a week. They gave me a small comb in Garland County, but they didn't offer you any of that over at the fucking Benton County. That was horrific. I've not seen conditions that bad. Like, even in the fucking movies.
Until the last time I was locked up because I violated a RO.
Like, it was that bad. There was black mold in the shower in the women's fucking dorm at one of the pods or whatever. So I went in there. It was like a prison. It was straight up like out of the fucking movies. But then at the same time, the ladies in the pod were so nice to me. Like, I had no worries while I was in there.
Probably because you were
But
pregnant.
it was so uncomfortable. I had no fucking extra anything. And then they started feeding me extra lunch meat. What? That weird lunch meat and shit? Do you understand that lunch meat has been, proven to be detrimental to unborn babies? The fetuses and shit? So, they're purposefully toxifying these babies. And then they're sending them out with all these, but then they're like, oh, there's dope heads and whatever. I'm not a fucking dope head. Yes.
Girl, I don't know what's worse.
It's the Black Beauty.
Yeah, I smoke some weed. Yeah, I'm high right now. Because I'm stressed. I've been forced back into my fucking mother's home. My brother's in there fucking sleeping, passed out on the fucking bed.
See, that's the thing that, irritates the hell out of me. You was not forced to go back there. You should have been forced to go somewhere with doctors and nurses, to keep you monitored. Not only because you're mentally screwed up right now, but you have a baby that's in danger. And I don't need anyone telling me, well, you can't do this, and I don't care. I'm saying what I want to happen. I'm saying what I think should happen, which the only people who say stuff like that are fake mental health counselors, fake social workers who don't even know how to freaking talk, who has no compassion. Yeah, I'm sorry, that just irritates me. You were not forced there. Get a job. Like I've said for so long, she's lived in her car for 2 years. There's no excuses whatsoever. She hasn't even been pregnant 9 months. So this whole time, she could have been working. Stay in your car if you want to while you work, while you save money. You could have been in a house by now. And you could have had state government assistance, but you didn't want to play by any rules. You want to do whatever you want to. What I always say is beggars cannot be choosers. And it's so crazy to me. I can't imagine what the hell I would do if I was in that. Like, I would hustle, do what the hell I needed to do to make sure I had a place for me and my kids. Even if it was just me by myself, I would want better for myself. I would not be content living in my car. This is like another thing that her and Heather are so much alike. Like, they are so content being homeless. They don't have any responsibility. They don't have anything to really pay for. I mean, what she would pay for gas, but I mean, we've seen that she would meet people online and get reimbursed for gas money. She gets money from YouTube. She gets a disability. So it's really just gas. And then if she actually pays her car insurance, I know she doesn't get much, but she tried to pull one over and try to add her daughter to her food stamp. So she got caught doing that. So she gets food stamps. It's not much, but just like Heather, she's out here being like all, like, nothing against people who are like vegan or whatever, but it's like, I'm sorry. Like, if I saw like a homeless person and I like gave them, I don't know, I'm for some reason thinking about Big Daddy, like a McDonald's breakfast sandwich or something, and then they're like, oh, no, I don't want this. This has meat, or this has eggs. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You shouldn't have any like dietary restrictions. You should not be picky. So it just blows my mind how much money they spend on food, and it's all like sushi or like this vegan, and you know, all that crap's just expensive. But I mean, even though I can't wrap it around my head. Y'all are just lazy as hell. I mean, Heather's just bouncing place to place. I have no idea who she's staying with. I don't understand how they could feel okay with themselves. Like, even if I was just worried about me, I wouldn't be okay with living in my car. I would want better for myself. I would do what I had to do to get my own place. Like, I don't know. It's just aggravating. And then it's another, like, they're both the same way. Where's my house? If I have this baby, then I need a house. It drives me absolutely crazy. Like, you wouldn't have to go back to your mommy's house if you, like, freaking got a damn job. If you had your own house. If you didn't file a false rape report. If you wasn't suicidal. If you didn't threaten your baby. I really wish they would not let her bond out. Or at least make her go somewhere. This is just weird.
There's fucking... He stole my fucking lighter. Who knows if he already hit for my pipe that I left on the counter by accident last night because I was a little tired. I haven't had much sleep either because it takes me a few days to adjust. By the time I adjust, everything gets fucking thrown up all the time. My life is never fucking stable. Like, and I try so hard to just find a stableness. And I had it for like 10 years when I had my own place. When I was taking care of myself in that way. And had my poodles. And they were there to support me. And, you know, emotionally when I would tear up and everything. That was nice to have my comfort zone. But then I got overweight because I got on the meds. And I was eating a bunch of snacks of all these processed things with all these additives I shouldn't have been eating. So I was, you know, speaking in a distorted way. My voice was even lower.
she, I was waiting for her to mention her daughter. She didn't even mention her daughter. Like, were you stable before your daughter, during your daughter, after your daughter? And that's another thing. You're proving why you should not have this baby for yourself because you're unstable.
Everyone thought that I was being serious when I'd say certain things because I had all that extra fat on me, 150 fucking pounds of it. So now I've gained, 20 pounds because I got down to approximately 155, 157 in that area. I was sitting. That's why I was all weakly looking, like sickly looking, and like my boobs are all fucking saggy. Why do I give a shit? I wasn't looking to find somebody that was going to be like, oh my god, like you're perfect physically. That means you're shallow, bitch.
What the
That means you're
hell?
fucking shallow. That means you're vain, and it's not us. It's not me. I mean, I dress up pretty, yeah. I got my nice dresses sometimes. I put a little makeup on, tiny bit of makeup, do my hair, and people are like, oh my god, it's a whole new you. Yeah, bitch. Like, everybody can do this. If you cannot just, like...
What?
So I haven't brushed my teeth, flossed them properly in a fucking week. They caught me in the shower. I didn't manage to...
Okay. I'm sorry. There's like no excuse to not brush your teeth in a week. I don't care if I was like on an island, like deserted. I would be in that water using my finger to brush my teeth. And this was before she even got arrested. I'm sorry. Can we go back? And how she was just mad. She was so mad that her brother took her lighter. She thinks her brother stole her lighter. I don't even think you should be smoking weed, child.
I shaved my armpits yesterday. I was digging around in my bag for my brush because I was like, I need to brush my hair after I'm done. Was it in there? No. So it got lost between, the last I had seen it was in the booking area when Officer White was digging through my bag.
Oh,
and I
gosh.
apologized to her about the filthy clothes that she had to see because my filthy panties were in there.
Ew.
And guess what? My clothes are gone. I don't have that tank top that has like the weird, it's black on the side.
Okay. Heather. They took them. What they want to do with the brush and your nasty ass underwear.
It's got a shelf bra in it. It's like a sports thing. It's like a sports tank top. And I only have a few that are like shelf bra style, so it'll help me like hold them and so they don't get all sweaty and gross under here. So, I know what I have. I know what I own. I chronicle everything. I keep track of everything like that. They stole my tank top, the overshirt I had that said grateful on it, that had a tiny hole in it, that I was just keeping because I was grateful. Like I found it and I liked it, so I just kept it. And it has a little heart on it. It's peach colored. And it says grateful in white. So,
Are you?
when I was digging through the shit yesterday when we were being when I was going home, it wasn't in there. I had a lovely time with my mom aside from yelling. She was telling me, well, maybe you just dropped it. Bitch! No, I didn't! I saw fucking White pull it out of the goddamn bag. Like I knew my brush was in there. I knew my fucking filthy panties were in there. They were white panty with all crusty, kind of brownish looking and yellow because...
Okay, what the hell? That's so disgusting. I don't think all that needed to be mentioned. I mean, that's just weird. I don't understand why anyone would take that out of her bag. I don't think they would even want to touch it. That's disgusting. A little TMI. Her and her family is so screwed up. Like, I feel bad for them, but, like, there comes a point in your life where you have got to realize what you are doing wrong and take accountability and change your actions. I'm so tired of people being like blaming everything on like mental health. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many people have mental health issues and they're not acting like this? Realize there's a problem and address it, take accountability, and change it. But, she's fine. She just wants to live in her car and smoke weed. She doesn't want to have to pay for anything, do anything, care for anything.
Because I had some discharge. I don't know. Maybe it was, the frustration of having to deal with my brother and everything. Like, I don't know. So I was going through some stuff physically and emotionally, and then now they're gone. My clothes are gone. And then I had a pair of shorts. And I'm thinking, holy fuck, that was like my only other pair of fucking shorts? And you're gonna do that shit to me now? Like, I have no money to buy this shit. Why do you keep stealing my clothes? Why are you trying to make people look and dress like me and act like me and have DNA?
Please don't. Please don't. You sound crazy as hell. Ain't nobody trying to make anybody look like you, dress like you, talk like you, be like you. We don't need another you. I'm sorry. We do not. That makes it's so crazy to me how her and Heather think that they are like, okay, everyone's special in God's eyes. Okay, yes. But just to like be this like self-absorbed and think that you were just like everything and you're like more important than anybody else, it kills me.
So that they can leave crime at a fucking crime scene and shit. That makes no sense.
Oh my
That's insane.
gosh.
You stole my hairbrushes? Both of them, mind you. I dug around for the other one. I was like, wait a second. It's always in my wash bag. I always make sure that I maintain in my bags my soap, my razor, my, scrub, my loofah, everything. I maintain everything. I know, because that's why I keep it all in certain places. That's why I maintain it, carry it with me everywhere. Plus, there was a 5-foot black iPhone cord with the little, adapter. That's gone. And I don't even want to think about why they would steal my filthy panties. I'm horrified. I said, Mommy, my clothes aren't here. My filthy panties aren't here. And she was like, oh, were they the ones that were in the wash bag that was in the... I was like, Mother, you're not listening. It was the shit that they carted me off with that was in the bag that they were pulling out during fucking... when they... intake or whatever. Miss White was ripping them out. Whipping them out. She's a very nice lady. She's very, very nice. She's so sweet. I love her very much, actually. She's the kindest person. And
Okay, so why in the world, like you just met her, but why in the world would you think she would steal that and take that out of your bag and not put it back in? Like, I love how she's like accusing them of like placing it somewhere because her like DNA will be on the crime scene, and but then she's like, I love Miss White, she's so sweet, she's so nice. Yeah, okay, so why would she take your nasty ass underwear and your damn hairbrush and freaking charger cord? Like, literally, I feel like I'm covering Heather right now.
And as we were chatting, she said to me, I still have the drawings that you did for me on my fridge.
What?
I couldn't help but cry in front of her either, because I was like, I've helped people heal here and there for some stuff, or like offered my peace offerings in that way of my art. Just little scribbles and stuff, because I don't really place a lot of effort when I'm under so much stress sometimes, and I actually left art with the girls there at the jail at Benton, because
She sounds like she'd be going there all the time, which she probably does. She was there not that long ago for 10 days. I think it was for violating RO. I'm so confused. See you later. See you next time, guys. I'll be back. Give it about a month.
because I was in booking for 3 days in Garland County. Anyway, I don't really feel like crying right now. But
You don't feel like trying to make yourself cry right now.
she was so kind to me when I was stuck in there 2 years ago, and they knew I just wasn't doing well mentally, and I had lost my daughter and was reaching out to my ex-husband and was in there for harassing communications. And yeah, I say some fucked up shit. Yeah, I say, I hope you're fucking dead. My mother has a video right now when I freaked out on her right before I left, where I told her, I said, well, maybe you're just better off dead. You know, like, I don't know, go to peace, rest in peace, you know, like, obviously I'm too much stress for you, you're too much stress for me, let's get the fuck away from each other, you know? Combative energy is like, you know, what is that, friction or whatever, you know? So she's got a video of that. I mean, I'd love to post that as well, because I feel like, why not expose everything that goes on that causes these disruptions in our moods, disruptions in the flow of our lives. And so, yeah, you know, the fact that they caught me up and said that, and I recorded the officers. I just have to take that little excerpt out of my nipple, because that's the only thing that would cause me to not be able to publish it.
I'm really interested in seeing this video. Like, does she have her phone in the shower? How was she able to whip her phone out really quick and record it? And her nipple being out.
Online. I mean, I'm sure there's other places that I can post that. But my point is, and then people would have to track and trace all of it. And I'm just like, well, yes, I use a lot of social media and a lot of forums, you know, now, because I'm learning and adapting to it. But I want to expose this shit. I don't want to get fucked with anymore. I don't want the people that I care about will have shown me more compassion. Throughout my life, my family has shown me the most compassion in that way, but they're non-communicative. They will scream and yell and think that that's communicating, and then they get their butts hurt, and then they start crying, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is my childhood all over again, all the fucking weird stuff, all the trauma, all the emotional instabilities, and you say I'm schizophrenic, the fuck, you know? So, anyway, and I try to gather myself all the time, like, I've gone to therapy since I was 12, since my first suicide attempt. So, yeah, I'm maybe not the most stable sometimes because I get overwhelmed. I'm very stressed. Look at my brittle ass hair. No conditioner and shit. Of course, the girl's in the fucking jail. And then they're like, they deserve it because they're on drugs. Well, maybe they're on drugs because they fucking had a shitty life too. And nobody was there to fucking help them out or be emotional support for them either. But maybe they did have it. And like the girl that was bunking right next to me, she even admitted to me. I wrote my mom a long letter, you know, apologizing. She's 25, she said. And she was like, yeah, my mom, she's a single mom. And she was out there, you know, mowing the lawn and everything for money and stuff like that. And she was a small, like a Vietnamese woman. And, you know, her daughter was so beautiful. Like, there were all so many lovely ladies in there as well. And I think to myself, there's so many positive and negatives throughout this entire encounter, but at the same time, I don't want to keep getting fucked with. I don't want to end up going to prison. That's weird. I have a court here.
Don't do the shit that you're doing, man. Golly. And at the very beginning of this video, she already said she wanted to off herself, but I'm really hoping that this experience makes her calm the hell down and be careful and not do anything that she's gonna regret, or that's gonna want to make me hurt her.
Court hearing in a month and 30 weeks fucking pregnant. You think I want to deal with that shit in another 4 weeks? Gonna be fucking, oh my god, I'm gonna be 8 months pregnant. Like,
you know what? Sorry. I don't like it that they let her out on bond and let her just go wherever she wanted. But it does, like, if we can just hold on until she goes to court. This is why I just wish she was able to go somewhere where she was being monitored. But I mean, if we just like keep praying about it and the baby's fine, by the time she goes to court, she's gonna be another month further along. So if she is serving time, obviously she can't have the baby with her in jail. So, and not only that, but she would have to go to a hospital. So that would actually work out. Because if she already had court and she got out before she gave birth, Lord knows what would happen. She told us she doesn't want to go to the hospital. But since she has a later court date, there's a really big possibility that she will be in jail, incarcerated, at the very end of her pregnancy, will be giving birth while in custody. They will have to take her to the hospital, so she has to give birth at a hospital, and then that's how they're able to take the baby away, because she's going to be in custody. That's what they're going to have to do. And the baby will be fine because he'll be born in the hospital. That's so sad. My sister does foster care every now and then. And I remember one day she went to the hospital and was waiting, and she was picking up a newborn. It was just so sad. I couldn't imagine.
Like, you really want to do that to a fucking bitch like me? Like, I know that you hate me for speaking out, but it's also my freedom of speech.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
also all of these things, and yes, I'm very dramatic. Like, yeah, I even spoke to my mom about a few of the instances. She was like, I didn't want you to die when you were a kid. Like, it wasn't trafficking, and and I was like, yeah, I know. Honestly, I know that. Like, sometimes you had some crazy thoughts, I'm sure, but she's never been that type of a mom to where she would leave one behind in that way. But I do wonder sometimes, because she was a young mother, and
$1,200, $5,000, and this one is $3,000.
and then I looked, and she told me, she was like, no, I was actually 16 when I ended up getting with your dad, so I was 17 when I ended up having your sister. So I was like, oh, okay, like, that makes it any goddamn better. Still teen mom over here, and no wonder we went through the shit we did, and I'm not going to denounce that because I saw some creepy shit going on. Do I love my dad for financially stable, supporting us all these years? Yes. But at the same time, is that really love? No. But then he showed me so much compassion throughout the years where he left me alone a lot of times, where, like, I was respected in that way, where my sister wasn't, for sure, because I would stand up to him. There's a difference. I would say no. So, and I said no to Thomas many times. And I'm sure the feds have that access to whatever monitors were in the room at that time, or videoed access that can be allowed. Because we all know everything's on a fucking grid now. Everything can be, captured. Even if it's not recording. Oh my God, it doesn't say it's recording. But it is. And it's listening to you. And that sounds like schizophrenia, but it's not. That's why people, when electricity came about in, like, modern time and everything, people called it the devil, because it would flicker and things like that, because there's all these different accesses. People, like, can do some shit, Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't want to go into that, because then people will say, like, oh, it's conspiracy theory shit. Well, it's conspiracy fact if you find out that it's actually been going on, and these people end up disappearing and whatever, because it's like, oh, they know too much. Let's bloop, you're gone. Where are they? Are they either dead, or are they part of whatever group because they found out so much? I don't know. All I know is everybody hates me, and that fucking sucks. And I hate you too. I just want to die. And then everybody laughed. I heard them laughing. Okay. Oh my God.
Gosh.
Okay.
Gosh.
All right. Back to why I'm pissed off right now. I know it's already 25 minutes. My brother's in there passed out. There's fucking cereal all over the floor. I went into the fucking kitchen. There was a tiny bit of my macaroni. My mother had made me a bowl of my macaroni to bring up to me. And I was really excited. I was like, okay, yeah, this is delicious. Thank you for doing it. And
I swear, I really do think, I'm not trying to be rude, but I really, because I feel like she just acts like a child sometimes. Especially like whenever she talks about her mom, and she like calls her mommy, and that made me really happy too. Like, I don't know, it's just weird.
And she was like, yeah, no problem, give me a couple bites of it. And we were sharing some mother-daughter time, which I always love because she's actually a good mom, but then she allows so much fucking shit to go down. I don't know, I just want to slap her sometimes. And I even told her, I said, you're talking crazy, I just want to slap you. And I don't get violent very often. I really don't. So the fact of it is, it's like, in my entire life I've never gotten violent. But my family made me look as though I was violent, so they tried to, stand to their own. They're always so. And I was like, Mom, they've been hearing you like this whole time, right? Like, they could have access where you were at this certain time, especially now with cell phones and whatever. They knew my dad was sifting through my phone at night, like, because it was being opened and accessed. They have shit like that.
Oh
I mean, the feds all have that kind of shit that they understand with electronics. So I don't know why people don't understand this stuff.
Again, it's I'm so important. Like, I'm not gonna say, like what I believe in, but the whole, they knew my dad was looking at my phone in the middle of the night. Who and why would, no offense, but why would they care what's going on with your phone? I mean, I think they, can do a lot with phones too, but I mean, I think they have other stuff that they're trying to do. They're not just sitting there bored and then want to just randomly pick someone to, I don't know, it's just weird. It's too much.
I don't understand why they don't get it. So I was trying to explain to my mom in the car too about not worrying about the people online and how they have this inside information about me, because that's super weird and convenient, isn't it? And I was like, whatever, they're helping pay my bills, I guess, right now, because they're just, whatever income I got on YouTube, I'm waiting to get the pin, and I've got to go get the, I don't know. People always want to fuck with me right as I'm just trying to get my life together. I have no life. I'm just trying to gather it. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with this baby.
You wasn't doing anything before you got arrested. You have done this to yourself. Stop blaming it on other people. And stop acting like you were trying to, like, get your shit together, get your life together, and you were making moves. Because you wasn't.
This baby, aside from I'm going to make sure I have it and name it, and that's it.
What?
Like, I know I have to poop this thing out, and that's not going to be fun. Not at all. Who wants to do that? Not me. I'm 34 years old, and I act like a child, and I just don't want to do it. I'm going to be...
It's sad, but it infuriates me. The way that she talks about that baby. All you're going to do is let it come out, and you're going to name them. It doesn't matter what you name them, because it's going to go to foster care, sadly, but at the same time, he'll be a lot better in foster care than with your crazy ass. And I'm really praying he will be with a loving family, and he will never have to learn about you and endure any type of trauma or pain.
Be screaming and crying. It's not going to be fun. So, because I'm going to try to do it natural. I mean, I got to 6 centimeters last time, but then my ex-husband wasn't there for me. He was like, you're a fat bitch. I don't want you. So, he just was there sleeping and whatever. And then let his filthy ass fucking family in there with their cigarette hands and mouths. One of the girls was even saying, with my first baby in the jail, she's like, well, with my first baby, I didn't even want my boyfriend's family to come around with their cigarettes and whatever, and like the hands, because she knew that nicotine was on their hands and on their mouths, to be kissing on a newborn because it's toxic. What's wrong with you? But that's exactly what I told Brandon. My ex-husband. I was like, tell your family to brush their teeth before they start offering kisses, and wash their hands before touching.
Bro, he literally just said you did not brush your teeth for a week. How convenient. Someone in the jail had the same story. But yet you're not caring about what you're putting in your body and what you're doing and threatening to the baby. I swear. See, she doesn't want to go to the hospital. She wants to do it natural. And that's not, like, doesn't make any sense. She's, like, complaining about giving birth and how she's going to be miserable, but at the same time, she's like, but I want to do it naturally. Why don't you just freaking go in and get a damn epidural? Hopefully she's too scared to have the baby anywhere else besides the hospital. I mean, she could either go to the hospital, have the baby get placed somewhere safe, or they find out she had the baby out of the hospital. I should probably catch a charge for something.
Touching my baby. You don't know what kind of shit they've been walking around touching and everything. And now with the pandemic, oh my God, now it makes sense, doesn't it, you dumb bitches?
Shut up.
So here I am offending everyone. And
like, I'm so over this pandemic shit. Like, is there even a pandemic though? Let's say I live in, I mean, everyone has their different opinions about it, but I mean, we only had to do the whole essential workers only and all the restrictions for a little bit of time.
But assholes, you're the ones endangering my baby, not me. So, because I don't smoke cigarettes, but yeah, I'm smoking some weed right now. But yeah, is it legal in some states? Yeah. What the fuck? Why not?
It doesn't matter.
Like, I feel much less stressed right now. Dealing with all this shit, and even in jail. I was like, whatever, you know, pop out this kid in here. You guys are crazy. That's all I did was pray to fucking God and scare the shit out of people, because you know damn well, at one point in the fucking.
It drives me crazy how she goes back and forth with, you know, God, but the way that she constantly says his name in vain, like, that's not normal. That's not what you do, especially. It's common sense.
Garland County Holding. I took the toothpaste. I know I shouldn't be wasteful, but it doesn't matter. I was in a mood, you know? I was hungry. I hadn't eaten all fucking weekend, and then they were still kind of, well, they did start giving me oranges. I was like, thank you. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, I don't know if somebody, like, purposefully gets me these things because they know I'm going to freak out if I touch things. I'm weird about germs. I'm a germaphobe and stuff, and I have OCD. So there's, like, so many kind people that, I don't know, they've got so many resources now. They've got so many classes, and they started, I overheard one of the guards, oh, what a sweetiekins. His name is Couch. He's a sweetiekins. And I didn't talk to him at all, really. I don't think he wanted to really talk to me, because at first we didn't build a good rapport. When I first went in all crazy and like, oh my God, he probably thought I was on drugs, but it was the psych meds I had been on, you know, because at the time that I was arrested for the harassing communications, I was actually on a lot of Prozac, a shit ton of Prozac, and I told them about it, and I was hyped up, so that made me manic. So anyway, the sergeant, and so, like, at the time, you know, but I just say officer just in general, but so nice. I had such great interactions because they understood at that point, like, some people are just crazy. Some people just need some mental health stuff, behavioral health, and then they can, you know, they're not really a nuisance, but they're also kind of just, they did something, and then, like, even when I told my mom, I said, you know, when they filed that in court and everything, they didn't give me a public defender. Like, they just had me sign a bunch of stuff. They never explained anything, and I was on so many meds and off and on, you know, antidepressants, whatever. At that time, too, right before I got locked up, I wrote 3/4 of 7,000, 8,000 words in the span of 2 weeks, because my mind is constantly racing. But it all makes sense, especially when I jot it down. They've probably got the proof in the transcripts of the messages. Well, my mother does, at the very least, on her phone, of the transcripts I was sending my mother while I was in jail. And I was telling her, I feel like Jason was just part of the sex trafficking thing, because right before I was even locked up, my brother had mentioned that they were trying to influence, or not influence, but many of the Airbnbs are now being ran by former military. And what a conspiracy is that? In their sex that went on, and I tried to call.
That's a new one for me. I've never heard of that accusation. This is crazy.
Call it out, and nobody's doing shit about it. And he was former military, or so, whatever. So, for all I know, Jason Lee Wallace, that's all I know about you. That you tell me shit, and then you ghost me. Apparently, I'm not supposed to threaten you and your life, because you're scared. You're so scared. Oh, you're making me feel bad. Right? You're making me feel bad. Bitch, please, go fucking kill yourself. So they tell me, if you start mentioning about wanting to kill him and whatever, then it's going to be considered terroristic threatening. That's what the one social worker told me yesterday. Bitch, you're not going to scare me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to...
I really hope that they watch this video and they're like, dude, we told you not to threaten him anymore. Don't even talk about him. And here you are, threatening him again. And then talking crap about the officers and judge and everybody else. I really hope and pray they see this video.
I tell people how I feel. I feel like he should fucking own up to what he'd done. It's fucking immature. That's immature to go to the courts and be like, blah, 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 because you can't handle your shit? Because you're too much of a coward to fuck...
No. It's really immature for you to file a false rape report just because he did not want to have a relationship with you. You can tell in the text messages he was backing off because you were acting crazy. He didn't know why you were sending crazy text messages, and that's whenever he was backing off. And you were still asking for sex and wanting to be in a relationship.
To fucking face a woman and her actual intelligence and her superior intelligence over you.
Oh my gosh.
Just because you want to touch her in the middle of the night? I used to wake up to my fucking ex-husband on top of me. That's not okay. That is not okay. That is trauma. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to sleep.
She's driving me crazy.
$3,000 every single month I get paid by Audible.
So, I'm just a very heavy sleeper. My brother, what he did. We all know. Leticia just sleeps right through it until the end. I woke up when I was a kid, shirt over my fucking tits. I didn't know how it fucking happened. I just wake up these ways. I wake up fully, especially. I felt a little bit about what was going on with Jason. I thought it was a fucking nightmare. I feel these things. I think these things sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of a dream.
No, man. See, this is what aggravates me. Because the last time she said, because right now she said, oh, I thought it was a nightmare. Well, in another video, she was like, I don't know if she said she thought it was part of a dream, but she said it felt good, so she didn't really, I guess, think anything of it. I don't know.
Dream like a nightmare. Sometimes I get aroused by my nightmares, so
Ew.
I allow them to follow through. I don't just...
Who the hell gets aroused by their nightmares? This is sick.
Will jump up awake. I'm not like that. I'm not a little pussy. Okay? So, I try to face my fears. That's why when they fucking arrested me, did I flip out? No. I recorded it so that I could make sure everyone understands the demeanor that I have toward these people, because I'm not a hindrance. But they told me, they were like, You're resisting arrest. I said, I have conditioner in my hair. What are you talking about? I haven't showered yet today, and I hadn't showered for a couple days, so I needed to wash my cooch. And so I was doing that, and the fucking officer, one of the officers peeping through the crack, a male one, gross. Fucking gross. So, unlike you guys perverts, gross. There was a female there, she's getting pissy, she fucking grabbed my clothes and threw them on the ground. I was like, lady, you have some issues. Like, don't get violent with me. I didn't even do it. I didn't falsify the rape report. I told you everything I knew from what had happened to where I ended up, and now there's a baby. And I didn't want it. Like, I mean, it was unsolicited, unwarranted. It's not that I don't not want it. I love the baby. And, like, at the same time, I tried to reach out to my former psychologist to see if he would accept me back, because we just sort of detached, disconnected.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because
you're crazy.
I get aggressive with people, and then I want to stay away, and then I don't want to talk to anybody. So that's why I was messaging Jason incessantly, because I just wanted him to know all of the feelings. So when I went back, I have the paper for the fucking police report, and it said that the warrant was issued on January 20th, and I'm like, you guys let me go that long, just chilling in different states and whatever, driving around.
Shit, I know, right? That's one thing I can agree with her on. It literally took them 6 months, exactly 6 months, to arrest her. The warrant was issued January 20th, and they did not arrest her until June 20th. That's ridiculous.
Around, like, you guys are weird and crazy. God, it's so bright too. I can't even like look at the screen while I have the paper up. It adjusts it, the glare. And then at one point it said on there too that it was taking a couple of the things from my videos and placing it toward my thing, and I'm thinking,
what?
How do you solve a monster-sized problem?
Hopefully she'll... I wonder if this is everything that I read on the other video.
of the video? Did you not listen? You just take snippets of my life and you use it against me.
Oh my God.
Anything you say, can, and do can be held against you in the court of law. You're a disabled citizen, but it's against your constitutional rights. I mean, that's actually true. Like, you guys are violating me. You guys are violating my freedom of speech. So, I don't feel like I have much to worry about in that sense. I know I'm a genuine human being. I know that when I detach, I'm not there. There are so many times where I've let people even get away with things right in front of me, and I'm just in shock. I'm in shock. So, there was someone in the booking area, supposedly, I don't know, I overheard it, him screaming. And I overheard that he was gagging and stuff, and, like, that didn't make me feel good. I was feeling very sick. I hadn't had any water during transport or anything. I asked them for a bottle of water. They didn't respond, so I just left it at that. I'm actually a very polite person. And as soon as we got into the car, I said a prayer for everyone involved, because this is insane.
Oh my
and I even wrote down what I felt in myself. So at one point, I got so aggressive from hunger, and I don't mean to do these things, and they know I don't, because Garland County has watched me. I clean up my cell. I'm actually really hygienic. I'm super creepy and weird, and they think I'm funny. They saw me dancing, heard me singing to myself, and like, that's just my way of coping. That's just how I've always been. And so when it happened and everything, and I rolled over and was crying, and like Jason was like, "You're making me feel bad," and I was like, if you feel bad, then that's your own conscience talking to you, because I just woke up and you're like over top of me. I didn't have time to tell you fucking no, bitch. So, yeah, and everybody's like, oh, that's different personalities. No, bitch. If I would have been a fucking awake, I would have told you, your teeth are gross. And also, yeah, you don't take care of your kids, so why would I ever want your dick in me so that I end up having a fucking back when you wouldn't take care of it?
What the hell is she talking about? Like, why would you? I would knock the shit out of him whenever I came to and realized. But she just rolled over and said, I'm going to sleep. Doesn't make any sense. And then, now she's sitting here saying, like, negative things about him, and I would never want your inside of me. I would never want to have your child. But yet, the very first time they did it, according to the text messages that she provided, it was consensual. And even afterwards, she was expecting them to do it more because she didn't want to get the plan B until she knew that they, were not going to engage anymore. And she didn't get it. So obviously, you did want him, and you didn't care if you got pregnant.
Why would I ever do that? I was waiting for a fucking husband before I had a child. The only reason I even spoke up about this shit, really, about him, and you saw, because the varying days beyond the video, I thought, after Thomas, nobody's going to get in trouble for this shit. Nobody's going to get in trouble. Like, I told Thomas definitively no, because I didn't like his teeth either. And I just thought that was gross. I just think people are gross. You don't take care of yourselves. And then you think that you're better than me. And I'm...
She's, like, so judgmental. Like, if you didn't, like these people, why would you drive so far to spend the night with them? Doesn't make sense. And you can't say because you just wanted a place to sleep because you've been living in your car for a damn 2 years.
I'm like, hold on. Have you accomplished shit in your life? Probably not. Aside from being crude and rude and fucking, what is that, barbaric and just, what's the word?
Oh no, man. You're crazy. Crazy?
No, I am not Prince.
Greedy in that way of wanting to, take whatever you want. There are words for the things, and I end up typing it really well. I typed Dr. Carroll a nice letter. Everybody tells me to go reach out to him. I feel bad that I even mentioned these people, aside from, there are so many positives behind these individuals as well. I don't hate anybody. I don't necessarily hate anybody. Thomas, he's a good person in some ways. I thought it was really terrible what he had done. By the time we were finished up and everything, I just felt like a fucking used up sock. That's what it felt like.
What?
Just tossed on the ground and left. So, and you know how dudes are, they don't clean their own clothes. I felt like somebody else was going to have to come and pick me up, That's how it felt. And I was like, okay, whatever, nobody's going to get in trouble. And then by the time, what the fuck his face is, did it the 2 days after, then, I just felt like shit. I was like, I don't feel good. These men have taken advantage of me. I went 9 fucking months without, any touching at all. There was no penetration, no sexual, nothing. And people know that because they're like, yeah, I met that bitch. She didn't give me what I wanted. I gave her money, and she didn't. What are you talking about? No, you gave me money for this. I didn't ask. We knew, and I know better than to let your nasty DNA get injected in me. But there were times where I detached. Many times where I was like, just didn't give a fuck about my body, didn't give a fuck who it was, didn't give a fuck because I have hypersexuality due to all overstimulation when I was younger. So, it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense to psychologists as well, and that's why Dr. Carroll had mentioned, I guess, to my mother at some point that I should try to go for my doctorate. I don't know if they still keep in contact or not. I told a woman in booking, I was like, I don't know how my mother knew that I was in here. I don't know, maybe she's an informant or something. And so, but then my brother, I don't know, they're crazy. My life is crazy.
Could you imagine, I wouldn't even call it a speculation. It's more of like a joke. But because she went to stay with her mom before she even got arrested. What if her brother called and tipped off the cops and told them where she was gonna be at? He was probably like, "Hey, so is there like a reward if you like find her? If I tell you where she's at, you got a reward check for me?" It wouldn't surprise me.
Crazy, I just want to kill myself. I don't know what's going on in my world anymore. I was getting compliments about my nails and shit too while I was in there. And drawing, like I said, I left a few drawings. A couple of them I signed for the girls, just in case, Nothing really that I took too much time on. I just sort of scribbled a couple things down. And people know my true feelings about this stuff. Like, I'm very calm. I wish I could have a baby. I wish I could have a family. But that's exactly what I was wishing for all these years, is like an actual family. A loving and caring family. And like, I don't even know where that is. I don't know who that is and why I keep going through this shit, or who's watching my videos, or whatever, if it's even getting out there. And that's why I get scared, because I think my voice doesn't matter. Nobody ever fucking cares, so I just sort of shut up about it. That's why I didn't file for rape on the fucking 9th. And then I look back and I'm thinking, wow, that's where it implanted. Of course I'm going to be heightened in those stages. Of course, later on when I filed for rape, I felt like it was just the end of the fucking world. So I had to do it that way, because they don't ever get reprimanded. No one ever does. They're like, oh, slap on the wrist, this guy. Slap on the wrist, this guy. No! Do something to them. Instead, you're gonna do this shit to the females and call us crazy for acting out and like, oh my God. And then when I was in the jail, he would move. And since I was so starving at that point and I was just delusional, I was so thirsty and everything. They'd taken me, like I said, while I was in the shower, so I put my clothes on. They left me in my clothes, which was nice, because they knew that I wasn't going to do anything, because I don't want to do anything really deep down. I want to be good. But then there's that tension of those demons that call to me, like, these people are calling you a liar. And I'm like, you fucking crazies? I'm gonna kill myself. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck you for not helping me. So, and I don't want to do these things at all. I don't want to.
Somehow, I wonder if anybody has sent this to the captain, sergeant, officers yet. I mean, this video alone shows you she wants help. She says she wants help. But at the same time, if she actually wanted help, she would walk her ass into, inpatient or something. Yeah, she sounds freaking crazy. Like, this is enough for them to... You would think.
Want to act out. Many times I can stop myself, but then when I'm all alone with my thoughts and I have no one to talk to, not even myself at times, to calm myself down, like, it's crazy. I just don't understand it. I feel like there's so many things that I can't even discuss because people get so offended. I'm so offended. Oh, don't talk like that. Why? Other people are inviting me to go kill my baby. Other people have offered for that. Thomas wanted that. What? A lady at the YMCA wanted it dead.
That's nasty. That's sick. That's disturbing. I'm not even gonna comment on that, actually. Like, it's fucking bullshit.
Why act like you care now? Why act like you care because it's a certain amount along? I cared at the beginning, too. Because I was like, well, what if I do get pregnant? And I thought, well, hopefully these guys are honorable and they stand for their word or whatever. But I have not seen a whole lot of that. And the way that they mistreated me too, they made sure to place the cuffs on my hand and my wrists super extra tight. Falsifying a rape report, go to fucking prison? No. Keep the baby then. Here's your exchange. A life for a life. There you go. And that's sad and I just want to cry. But why do I care? You never cared about me. I spoke out when I was 12 and you didn't fucking do shit. You didn't follow up. And I was still getting touched and shit. And that caused more problems because then I was like, you're right. No one ever gets in trouble for shit. I just have to eat the shit and just die. So yeah.
We tested 6 coenzyme Q10 preparations. 5 of them failed. Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which makes accomplishing your work goals easier.
So he ate my macaroni.
What the fuck?
My brother was in the fridge. I snapped. I was like, I had a tiny bit, and you're gonna eat half of it? So now I literally have one bite of it? That's not even a fucking snack. I'm pregnant as fuck. You're gonna eat some pregnant bitch's macaroni? I was digging through. I wanted to make myself a breakfast sandwich. Did I find my vegan cheese? No. It wasn't there.
Dude, isn't that so crazy? I was just saying, if I handed a homeless person a breakfast sandwich from McDonald's or something, and it wasn't good enough for them because they're vegan and they're pig as hell, was there vegan cheese? No. Oh my gosh. The world is now ending. I need to take a break because I think I might wait to... I think I'm going to do a part 2 and just wait to upload this one in the morning. So upload it tomorrow, which will be Saturday. Because I don't want to upload it tonight and then y'all have to wait for me to finish the video. So I'll be a little late behind, but it's okay.
Did I find the vegan chocolate chip cookies that we bought for me? No, they weren't there anymore. Within a week's time, people forget about me. They go on with their lives and they're just like,
oh my gosh, because someone ate your damn cookies. Oh my god, let's just stop. I'm so curious. Now I'm starting to wonder. Well, I thought about it whenever she said that she went to her mom's house before she got arrested. I wonder if she was hiding out there. I wonder if she was starting to get nervous and felt like she had to hide out there. Because why else would she go? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and end this. And then I'll just do the part 2 tomorrow. And then I'll just upload them around the same time tomorrow, Saturday. Oh, gosh. I hope y'all had a good Friday. I hope y'all have a good day. I hope y'all have a good weekend. And I will talk with y'all soon.